Hello, this is your friend Hand here, and it is absolutely great to see you here, and I'm on my way to get some food here. So today, just a little bit earlier today, I've done a great interview with another a well-known marketer. His name's Bill Hugall, and what he does, his business model is training internet marketer like you, especially newbies, starting out with internet marketing, eventually live the lifestyle of what we call laptop lifestyle, right? So he has done that, and he has this incredible story where he started as a homeless person and eventually built a six-figure construction company. Then he fell at the real estate market crash. It's not exactly his fault. His construction company stopped working, so he had to figure out a way to make money and restore his income level, right? So that's how he got started, and he's going to tell his story in his own words inside this interview. Never heard this, between me and him before, because I never interviewed him before. So one of the things that I learned too on my internet marketing journey is that always have somebody training you, always have coaches. I mean, I have a coach in every arena of my life. I have a boxing coach, I have an internet marketing coach, I have a millionaire mindset coach. I read every book. I have a specific coaching program I study every single day as we speaking. I got social media coach. So you need to have those people in your lifetime to really turn your internet marketing business to a very successful one. Because let's face it, how do you explain internet marketing to family and friends, right? I mean, I don't even know where to start, because a lot of people ask me, what do you do? What do you do for a living? So I just say, hey, I do YouTube videos, which is partially true, right? So it's just a whole lot easier to explain to people. So imagine that if nobody's holding your hand, you're gonna have pretty much guaranteed failure, right? That's probably part of the reason you're not successful. So you do need to have a mentor and coaches to make it happen. So this is exactly why I kind of jump on the call with Bill today, very, very quickly, to talk about his story, to talk about this brand new offer he has coming up. He even named it laptop lifestyle, right? So you can learn exact the system he's been using for the last 5-10 years to generating leads, to how to creating your own product, to how to creating your high ticket offers. This is exactly what he does, and to achieve the level of success he has. So I highly recommend you watch this interview right now, and most importantly, check out the bonus we have ready for you below, and pick up this offer, really studying it, and taking action with it. And I share a whole bunch of golden nuggets of my own journey of internet marketing, where I am today, with you inside this interview as well. Looking forward to share that with you. Again, this is your friend Han, and until next time, keep smiling. I'll be talking to you in the next exciting video. Cheers. Go watch it right now. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this afternoon. And today I have my good friend Bill here, and once you see him, you know who he is, to talk about a great way to build a laptop lifestyle as an internet marketer. I know you hear about it, you probably read about it, you watch people doing it, before you probably sit in the back and wonder, hey, how am I gonna do the same internet marketing laptop lifestyle? So he's gonna be here sharing how he did it and all that great stuff. So pay attention and get ready to take some notes, because I'm ready. But let's start with the Bill's story, internet marketing story. Bill, can you kind of take over the mic? Talk about how did you start with internet marketing, and how did you eventually, throughout all the struggles you had, to achieve the level of success you had today?
Okay, so first of all, thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it. But my story is an interesting one, because at one point, we had a nice construction company, and during that time, we had just had the kids. So I got my wife into looking at how to make money on the internet. May as well make some money while you're home.
Okay.
Yeah. So she started, but she wasn't doing anything. So every day I'd work at home. I'd come home. I'd try and figure it out. And then, I got sick of it. It just wasn't working. I had my own business. I wasn't too concerned. Mm-hmm. We built that up to a point where, we were doing quite comfortable. We had all the nice toys like $100,000 in tools. Everything was good. Making six figures a year, I was happy. And then 2008 came, and while it wasn't felt as big in Canada, there was definitely buyer investments that were stalling a whole bunch of stuff and making it so there was no new building. And since I was a framer at the time, that meant us. We were the first ones hurt, and it affected us for the longest because everyone wanted to wrap up, button up, and then take a little time off before they started. So we lost everything over the course of the next 6 months. We lost everything we had saved for taxes to pay the guys and try and get through it all and get past everything. So then we sold the tools and sold the trucks, and we fought it off, and eventually we had to let everybody go. We had nothing left, and I had to take a job. I was earning about $65 an hour, and the best job I could find was $18 an hour for my skill set. So it was back to the internet. I came, I started chasing that dream down again, because I wasn't going to break my back for someone for $18 an hour, and framing is a pretty dangerous gig. So, I had to do something else in my spare time.
Okay, so while you were framing, I assume while you're framing, then you start to kind of get your feet into the door for internet marketing. What did you do exactly? Did you have struggles? Did you had to buy every single product in the marketplace like most of us do? What happened there?
Well, I'd love to tell you it was an overnight success, but I had spent most of my time learning how to use a hammer. So I didn't actually, until about 2 years ago, I didn't know you could just press Control-C and copy stuff. I didn't know all those shortcuts. So it was definitely a struggle for me, because everything I bought, there were certain limitations. And I think 10 years ago now is when we're talking here, and you remember 10 years ago, there weren't page builders like there are today. If you didn't know how to get an HTML up page, you had to try and find someone who did, and Facebook was, so people weren't as accessible as they are now. So you had to struggle along. And yeah, man, I bought every course under the sun. I took surveys. I tried surveys, and I never made a dime. I remember sitting there doing so many surveys, it wasn't even funny, and never making a penny out of it. Oh, this will be the one. And you just buy, you just don't stop, because you can't, I keep giving somebody money, so I know for a fact that somebody out there is making money on the internet.
That was probably one of the aha moments. Instead of buying, I should be selling something, right? Like creating my own products and other people as well, right? So that was my aha moment after I spent about $30,000  1 year when I first started to buying different courses. But I think if you're watching this and in that process buying different products, I want you to go through that process as fast as you can and do trying different things. And a lot of the things that you try are going to fail. It's not going to work, but all it takes is that one or two things to take off. Whether it be e-commerce, or whether it be creating your own products, whether it be building an email list, whether it become an affiliate marketer. But there's nobody gonna have this magic wand to tell you, hey, what works for you. You had to be in there, not just studying, not just buying the courses, but taking action with it, right? And trying out different things. So what I did is I was trying about 5 different things, and most of them, have little success, and most of them fell. But had one thing just took it off, and I just dumped the 4 other things, just specifically focus on that one thing, and to kind of keep leveraging what I have here and going forward. I don't think that process, keep buying product, is a bad process. I think you need to have that experience to kind of knowing yourself, what you're really good at, what your strength, what you really suck at. And I think your failure list need to be as long, well probably more, than your successful list. A lot of people focus on, the success list a lot, but you got to go to a lot of failures to get to here. So go to this thing as fast as you can. So that would be my advice. What do you think about that, Bill?
I am one of those weird people like you that suggests buying products because you don't know what you don't know. And part of that original phase is figuring out what you don't know. And then and once you have kind of, okay, I've checked this method, I've checked that method, I've checked this method. Okay, which one resonates me? Then you try that one for a bit, and then you're learning. And there's lingo that you're not going to pick up unless you're actively pursuing products, like things like squeeze page, landing page, pixels. These are things that you just don't know unless you're actively pursuing things. Like I've been running Facebook ads now for like 4 or 5 years, and you're still seeing other marketers just starting that. But I started because I was buying a product, and it's just something to try. And once you do have those successes you're talking about, then you feel a little more confident in, okay, well, I can try this. And if it doesn't work, who cares?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Right.
But so many people, I liken it to a video game. I love video games, so I try and correlate it all there, because the guys that are really good, when you play online and you're trying to shoot each other up, they'll die a whole bunch when they're getting started, and they keep dying. And the guys who don't die, who are afraid of dying, they never get any better.
Right.
But eventually, the guys get so good after dying that they never die. And the people who are scared keep dying over and over again. Because what happens when you die? Nothing. You start again and you try, but you have more experience. And I think that's very similar to this internet marketing thing. If you don't try, you're not going to have any experience to grow with.
Right. Like, and this is very, very interesting, because I've been taking a higher level coaching program. That what they talk about is you need to divide up your days to what they call chores activities, and then experimental activities. It's the experimental activities gonna, take you from a 6-figure to 7-figure to 8-figure. It's not the chores activity. You need to get through your chore activity, which is kind of like what I rename that to maintenance activity, to kind of bring your existing money comes in. You got to get to that daily task as fast as you can, but then spend most portion of your time experimental new things. Maybe build if you haven't done e-commerce, let's get into e-commerce. If you never built email list, let's experimental. Once you get into that niche, you need to experiment more, like more split testing, more stuff. And that was like my biggest aha moment was like, why am I stuck like my income limit right now? Because I don't do enough failure activity right now, because I got it too comfortable. I'm not experimenting more new things out there, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, comfort kills.
Yeah.
I went back to a point a couple of years ago where I just gotten to a point, and honestly, last year was a big stall for me, because I got to everything I wanted to achieve on my list. Yes. I had achieved it. My income went down. My work went down. Everything that I had been used to, I just kind of leveled off and stopped doing it, and it went down. Mm-hmm. And so the epiphany came the beginning of this year, where it's like, dude, get back out to that guy who was chasing goals. Set some new ones. Like, get out there, try new things, and start experimenting. Otherwise, you're just going to keep going down. And comfort is so bad.
Uh-huh. And they get bored, like I think the way you kind of lose the momentum is that once you hit a level, you get comfortable, you got your bill paid, you kind of, have enough income to make you living comfortably. And then you get bored. If you don't have that new goals, new experimental every day in that period, you don't get exciting about things. You start losing that, and then you got to get back into that grinding mode that you had when you first started, and that's when the thing's going to turn back around for you. So those are some of the tips I like to share with you guys. And so let's talk about some of the things maybe you can show us a little bit. If somebody's just starting out with the internet marketing today, because you're great with this, because you're a great coach, what would it be? Think about the failure you had, think about all the success you had today. What would be maybe 3 major things they should be focused on right now?
The number one thing that I totally suggest is just that, taking action like that, even if it's undirected, unguided action, because as we just finished referring to, it's that experiment phase and getting out and trying all those things without taking action on something, and repeated too. Like, take a couple kicks in the teeth, because you're going to understand that that's how it all works. And once you get it, okay, I'm going to lose some failure, then you can move on and you can start establishing processes. And number 2 is the thing a lot of people get stuck in is they learn just in case. So I'm going to pick this up because I want to learn for maybe 3 months down the road. It's not applicable here, but I feel like I need to have this for later. And the thing for me is learn just in time, right? Google and YouTube are fantastic for me, and they're always the number 1 tools that I recommend, because they allow you to learn just in time. Right. Like, if you don't know how to do some video editing and you got to edit a video, head over to Google and YouTube and learn it right then and there. So that's number 2. And number 3 is, I'm a little biased to this because I've worked with so many people over the years and I've seen the results for them, is find someone that you trust to work with, someone that you can lean on, someone that you can have beside you. Because if you don't have that, this can be a really lonely place. Some people have families that are think they're crazy. They've got friends who like to make fun of them every day because they've got this
that
dream.
one marketer actually got suicidal, right? I think about, I don't know how long ago, he killed himself.
Yeah.
Remember?
It's a totally isolating place, man. And even for people that are successful, we tend to withdraw into this bubble. But when you have someone that you're meeting with all the time, talking to you about your goals, helping you push, finding little ways that you can address them and tweak them, that's a pretty important thing to have, especially when they are where you want to be. If you've identified that person's status and you'd like to be where they are, then it's just simply find a way to work with them and be hand in hand with them. Because you apply that with the first 2 lessons, and that's when it starts rolling, man. I remember for me, I was doing $2,500 a month. And I was like, okay, this is good, but I can't leave my job with this kind of money. I need some good money. So I had to go borrow another $2,500 to get my first mentor. And man, was it the scariest experience in my life, because now I got to trust this is coming in. I got to work with this guy. And the first time I did that, we did $10,000 the first month. And I paid back my investment and made more than I was even close to making each month. And from there, it just continued to snowball and roll, which is, something to me was, this is the way to go. I got to have someone beside me telling me what to do and kicking me in the butt when I need it.
Right. So number 1 is taking action. Number 2 is having a mentor. Even if you can't afford a mentor, you can afford a group coaching. That'd be good too, right? So and have a mastermind, have a core. Is accountability a partners, or what's the word for that?
Accountability. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Accountability. They do that a lot in the higher level coaching as well. Have a partner you can accountable to. Make sure you do weekly calls or daily calls. Make sure you're getting the goal that you want to do. What would it be a third thing that people need to do?
Honestly, the biggest thing in my mind is the mental game. I think a lot of people come in this with a dream chaser lottery mentality. And the thing that lets them down before the products or anything is the mindset and the skepticism of it. So, and that's what we were talking about, is being in that funk. Because of the mindset training I've had, and maybe you've had, I was able to identify that funk at a good level before it got out of control, and start paying attention to my mindset every day and feeding it with education, feeding it with, even at the gym right now, because I have some fitness goals. I'm listening to motivational, like they're yelling at me to get going in the gym and filling my mind with the belief I can do it. And I'm working out longer and harder and getting more reps out of it. And it's the same thing in your business. The more you're fueling your brain with positive stuff, and not the airy fairy, like the world is all going to come to you if you believe, but the stuff that's like, you can do this, you can take the action, find the plans, things that are really helping you build up your belief in your ability to do it. Because we do spend so much time around people who think what you and I do is like, it doesn't exist. They think that we're just making this up, and you need to be able to solidify that mindset.
And a lot of people, like, we don't share the how many failed email campaign we did, how many failed Facebook ads campaign didn't do very well, how many failed ranking stuff we didn't do very well, but they only see the surface where the success parts. I think a lot of people are just thinking, oh, they just a gift they were or they have some special powers, or we don't. We're grinding through it. We're learning from our mistakes and make the next run much better. Slowly but surely, get to there. You got to push yourself through it. All you take is just that one thing to take off in your life, and just then boom, and then your laptop lifestyle will come in. So let's talk about your product now. Let's maybe in a like summary format or outline format. Talk about what is this product about, and most importantly, who do you think is the best people? Well, let me rephrase that question. Why should people buy this product?
Okay, so Laptop Legacy is about creating that. Over the last 6 years that I've been doing this full time, there's a very consistent pattern that's always been there. There's things I'm always doing that are always working, that are always bringing in leads, bringing in sales, allowing me to make commissions, and allowing me to have some big ticket luxuries in my life. So that's what Laptop Legacy is about. It's starting from that very beginning. And first, 2 of my videos, I actually spend a lot of time addressing some of the things that most people don't talk about, like what's a good budget to have? Where should I be focused on doing this? I got like a whole notepad of stuff that I wrote down because these are common questions and common mental objections. So I wanted to get that out of the way. And then it's just about taking action. And this is for the people who may consider themselves intermediate marketers, but still haven't made a dime online. I do break it down for people who are brand new, but I also caution anybody who's brand new, when you're picking something up, the goal of picking it up is to expand that knowledge like you and I talked about already. And then hopefully with enough of that, you're going to get to where you want to go. So Laptop Legacy is designed for anybody who's been here for a little bit of time, but laid out for the newbie to be able to follow along and build step by step and grow. And why should people pick it up is because I've been doing this a long time now. We've seen a lot of people come and go. I know your name from back in the day, and there's very few of us who have been here a long time.
Left, right? There's few of us left back a long time, but we talk about this a little bit ahead of time too. It was like, where everybody went?
Yeah, well, because some guys, they come out with a big storm and they drop off and they disappear. And then other guys, they come out and they go somewhere else. And there's a few of us that stick here because, you know, helping people get this going and figured out is something that really drives me. It's something that I love doing. It's a reward I get from the whole business. Mm-hmm. And I don't plan on going anywhere for the fact that, you know, this is fun. It's pretty easy life. I mean, I don't know about you, but it's only like 12:45 here on a Wednesday afternoon and we're jamming out, you know, like what else? I could go to a job today, but I don't really feel like that, you know?
Yeah. So this is, I mean, this will give you the freedom, like in lifetime, like, you know, everybody, I think that the phrase of like job security is like in my parents' generation, maybe still have that. But to my generation, I guess the next generation is called millennium now. I mean, there's no such thing as job security. So you got to think about, you either spend this very moment to make somebody else rich, or you can spend this moment building up an asset for yourself, building another business for yourself, and then make yourself rich. In other words, right? So those are I think that's we were talking about mental mindset. That's the mindset you need to get into. Yes, you might have starting out to work for somebody else. That's totally acceptable. I believe when you're first starting out, you should have 2 streams of income. One is the one that pays your bills. You can get a regular job, like, you know, $18 an hour. And the second, but you don't stop there when you're first starting out. When I first starting out, I had like 3-4 jobs because I had to buy these courses. I had to buy my real estate, you know, back in the days. I had to have seed money, what I call seed money. So the second income source or third income source for you is something that you might not get paid right away. In fact, you had to borrow $2,000 to invest into a mentor program. It's not immediate gratifications here to see immediate results, but you know that if you're just keeping at it, in the future, you will build up an asset for you that will gonna pay you over time, every single month or every single week, you know? So that's the mental mindset you need to kind of go through. You can't just have, oh, I got a one job. I mean, that one job is not gonna, it's not security anymore, guys. I mean, I hope you're waking up from that. In fact, you should have, I think you should have more than 3 different income right now, because you never know which one's gonna dry up. If one dries up, you got 2 more to keep your stuff going while you're trying to figure out what your next step is. So that I learned multiple stream income from a book called some guy named Allen. I forgot his first name. Some Allen, Paul Allen, or he wrote a book on multiple stream income. That's how I got into internet marketing too. I was reading. He was claiming back the days that he can go to any city, anytime with one click of a button, and he can make this much money. And I didn't know that was back in the days what he was talking about emailing. I was only reading about it, you know. He was talking about emailing marketing. Here, I'm doing it right now. So guys, those are the things you need to think about. In right now, you have a job. You can't be like your friends or families. Just be comfortable. They're not gonna take care of you. You got to be the one proactively, continuously creating more business, more revenues, find new ways to make money, because the world's involving a lot of faster space than our like older generations, right? So let's talk about the name of the product again, and time to launch, and again, who's going to be really beneficial for getting this?
Laptop Legacy is the name of the product. It's launching September 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And this is going to be again, this is for anyone who wants to follow the steps of someone who's been doing this for a long time. And, you know, my clients have been in a lot of the similar situations you are. I've got clients that had money, or I've had clients that had no money, and they've done well over $3 million in revenue on the internet so far. So the reason to pick this up is because you want to follow someone who's been there and done it. And you want someone who's also known for being pretty good at teaching people how to do it. And that's kind of where I fit in. It's what I do, it's what I'm good at, and it's what I love doing. So that's why we put together Laptop Legacy.
All right, so let's talk about what's the starting up price for this?
This will be starting at $17. We're more than likely going to have a coupon code at the beginning.
Okay.
Just working out some tech issues last night, so we've got to catch that up. But more than likely, we'll fill you in on what the discount is. But it'll probably be a $10, or not a $10, like a $5 or $6 off for the first like 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
And then we'll go back up to full price.
All right. So can you talk about a little bit about what OTO1 and OTO2 is all about?
Okay. OTO1 is, I had a very successful coaching program for a long time that talks about the after side of what we cover in Laptop Legacy. So Laptop Legacy explains a whole bunch of things that get you started, get you running, but the Success Lounge was something that's responsible for some of the bigger names in our space right now, and that's going to take you into showing you how to move into your own, launching your own products. It's going to take you into how to creating big ticket products, how to write sales copy like a wizard, even if you don't know how you can do it in about 45 minutes and still have a 10% conversion rate. And it's just going to explore all that stuff that might be a little bit more advanced than some people need in Laptop Legacy. But it's a program I don't sell anymore. Like, I don't actually do the coaching program anymore. But it's been so successful for people, we figured, hey, let's throw it in this one.
So is this a group coaching? Is this a one-on-one coaching, or what kind of?
No, this is the program itself. So this is all the videos, all the modules, everything set up.
Okay.
And this is the content that has proven to make people rich.
All right. So how about OTO2?
OTO2 falls along those same lines. People are going to go through Laptop Legacy, and what they're going to do is they're going to say, wow, this is really cool stuff. What would be even better is if I could actually have weekly engagement with this person and monthly webinars with Bill. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're putting together a private Facebook group, something I've been doing for a long time, and it's not one of those Facebook groups where you go in and there's nothing happening. It's kind of forced engagement. We're doing weekly content updates, so if there's questions you have on it, I can make videos for people that have questions on the content from Laptop Legacy. And then each month, we're just going to go through and we're going to do a question and answer webinar. And if there's some continuing concerns that I see, what we'll do is we'll add some content and training to the webinars as well. But it's weekly support and monthly one-on-one calls with me.
Okay, cool.
Well, weekly group calls that you get one-on-one time with me. So it'll be cool.
Okay, so it's okay. So okay, I got it. So it's like group. Okay, cool. All right, so I think that's about all the questions I need to ask you here today. But one last question again. There are so many different levels of coaching program out there. So many similar, internet marketing product out there. What makes this one unique? Why should people get this one, and especially during this launching period?
This is where I come off sounding a little bit cocky, but it's mine.
Okay.
If you go out and you look at a lot of the people that are in our current space, you're going to find that hands down, I have one of the best success rates and track records for being a coach in this business.
Okay.
And I have a ton of successful customers. Then not all of them come out of the woodwork until they come to promote my products, and they're like, hey, thank you so much for all the help. Can I promote this for you? So it's just a track record of success. I've been around for a long time. My clients and my customers are successful people. So to me, those are the types of products that I like to invest in track record products.
Right.
So to me, that's why I would buy it.
Yes. I have worked with a lot of your students, so I know you're the real stuff. So, and that's why I'm kind of promote to all my list here. So again, guys, thank you for attending, watching this interview. Hopefully, you guys learn a lot, especially the mindset part of it. And make sure you be there at early 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time grab this, check out the bonus we have set up for you as well. But get this because you want to succeed in life. Get this, you want specifically success with internet marketing. If you have the budget, I will buy the entire funnel because like Bill said here, that you need somebody who knows what they're doing, consistently kind of on your butt all the time to push you to where you want to go. Because I know a lot of the time, if you just be a solo entrepreneur, it's really hard. It's really hard. Your family don't understand you. Your friends don't understand you. And they just don't. I mean, how do you explain internet marketing to your normal people, right? I mean, how? I mean, you don't even know where to start, you know? So sign up and get the bonus I have set up for you. And I think you guys are going to absolutely love this, okay? All right, so anyway, this is your friend Han, and thank you for watching this. And Bill, thank you so much for your time. And I'll be talking to you very soon. Cheers.